Built-in Ovens Quick Start. Before using your built-in oven for the first time, clean it thoroughly with hot water and a mild detergent. Then rinse and dry all surfaces with a soft cloth. Next, set the oven to convection roast at 500 degrees for 1 hour to burn off any residual oil and grease used during the manufacturing process. Don't be alarmed if you notice a small amount of smoke and odor. This is normal. Then, turn off and allow the oven to cool gradually with the door closed. Your oven includes a rotating child-safe oven control panel. To open or close, press the switch directly below the control panel. When in use, the panel may be warm to the touch. To lock, touch and hold panel lock for 3 seconds. 2 beeps will be heard and the oven display will show panel locked for 5 seconds. This prevents the oven from being accidentally turned on. To unlock, touch and hold panel lock for another 3 seconds. Now we're ready to briefly demonstrate the oven setting controls. Timed cook. Touch oven on. Touch cooking mode. Change preset temperature if needed. Touch cook time to set the number of hours and minutes. Touch enter. The oven begins to heat after 5 seconds. The stop time will automatically be added to the display. At the end of cook time, the oven turns off. Touch oven off or clear to clear the display. The oven temperature can be changed at any time once a cooking mode has been selected. To do so, touch temperature. Next, touch enter. Then touch number pads to set new oven temperature. Preheating is used for all cooking modes except broil and convection broil. To ensure food is not damaged, preheating will not occur once the oven reaches its set temperature. Please note that if you increase the heat during cooking, the oven will take longer to reach the new temperature because it will not go back into preheat mode. To reach a new temperature quickly, touch off, then touch on, then the desired cooking mode, and enter a new temperature of at least 50 degrees higher than the previous operating temperature. On Wolf built-in ovens, each timer operates independently from the controls and from each other. To establish setting controls, touch timer. Set the minutes and seconds, touch enter to start, or touch clear to stop timer setup. An audio signal acts as a reminder when the time runs out. To stop the signal, press clear. To insert the rack guides, place the rack guide mounting tabs over the screw heads in the oven sidewalls and slide down until the screws are fully seated. To remove, pull the rack guides straight up and then out. It's important to remove all oven racks and rack guides before using the self-clean mode, for they will become discolored. To insert a rack in the oven, place the rack anti-tip lock under the side rack guide rails. Push the rack toward the back and lift up to clear the stops. Continue sliding until it's completely inside the oven. To remove a rack from the oven, pull the rack forward and lift up and out, clearing the rack stops from the side rack guide rails. Now let's quickly walk through the various oven modes. With Wolf's dual convection system, convection mode delivers even temperature and airflow throughout the oven using dual fans, each with their own heating element. To get started, touch desired oven on, then touch convection, and then touch enter. The oven temperature is preset at 325 degrees. To change the temperature, immediately enter another temperature using the number pads. The oven begins to heat after 5 seconds. If the temperature probe is used, follow temperature probe feature directions in the use and care guide. Add food when the chime signals that the oven has reached preheat temperature. If the timer is set, the oven will chime when 1 minute is left on the timer and will chime again when cooking time is finished. If the timer is not cleared, it will continue to chime every 30 seconds. Finally, touch oven off to end. Convection baking mode combines heat from 2 convection elements, including some heat from the bake element located beneath the oven floor. The added heat source from the bottom of the oven makes this mode ideal for pie baking. The 30 and 36-inch ovens can bake multiple pies on the same rack rather than on different racks. To get started, touch desired oven on, then touch convection bake, then touch enter. The oven temperature is preset at 375 degrees. To change the temperature, immediately enter another temperature using the number pads. The oven begins to heat after 5 seconds. If the temperature probe is used, follow temperature probe feature directions in the Use and Care Guide. Add food when the chime signals that the oven has reached preheat temperature. If the timer is set, the oven will chime when 1 minute is left on the timer and will chime again when cooking time is finished. If the timer is not cleared, it will continue to chime every 30 seconds. Finally, touch oven off to end. Convection broil mode is great for shortening the broiling times for thicker cuts of meat, fish, and poultry. The temperature probe cannot be used. Oven temperature is preset at 1 for 550 degrees high broil. To change setting, immediately touch 2 on the number pad for 450 degrees medium broil or 3 for 350 degrees low broil. Important: do not preheat for convection broil mode and always keep the oven door closed. To activate the convection roast mode, touch desired oven on. Touch convection roast. Oven temperature is preset at 325 degrees. To change oven temperature, immediately enter another temperature using the number pads, and then touch Enter. The oven begins to heat after 5 seconds. Add food when the chime signals that the oven has reached preheat temperature. During bake stone mode, the heat from all elements creates the perfect brick oven effect. To activate the bake stone mode, touch the desired oven on. Touch bake stone. Oven temperature is preset at 400 degrees. To change oven temperature, immediately enter another temperature using the number pads. And then touch Enter. The oven begins to heat after 5 seconds. Add food when the chime signals that the oven has reached preheat temperature. Here's an important tip. Don't submerge your bake stone in water, and don't use soap or detergent. The bake stone might absorb the taste and transmit those flavors. Thanks for watching, and remember, when you're cooking with Wolf, any dish is possible.